Hello everyone and welcome back for a new video. In this video, I'm going to show you how to deploy a Databricks job from your local Visual Studio Code environment. So let's get started. Now, I already have here in my Visual Studio Code the Databricks extension installed and the Databricks connection created. So I have my local folder, I have my target, which is dev, a profile, the cluster, and the Python environment. I also have here Databricks CLI installed as requirement. And if I go to folder, the structure is pretty simple with regards to the Databricks Asset Bundle. So we have here resources where we define our resources in YAML files, and we have here sources where we put all the Databricks data transformation logic, for example, for bronze layer, for silver layer, for gold layer, and so on. And I want to create a Databricks job from here and push it into the Databricks UI. So how can I do that? Well, usually we have to build this kind of structure. This one is here for pipeline, but we have to create this kind of structure also for jobs. And I don't want to start here from scratch. Is there a better way to start creating the template for job? Yes, it is. So let's go to UI first. And if you have access to jobs and pipelines, we go here in this menu and on the right side, create job. And inside of this job, we are going to create two tasks. The first one here, it's going to run a notebook. And let's give it the name here, create bronze. The type is a notebook because I want to run a notebook in this activity. Source is workspace, and I have to select here the path for my notebook. I'm going to choose this folder and let's do this one. It doesn't really matter the notebook. I'm going to pretend this is my notebook for ingestion into bronze. Let's press confirm. Compute is serverless and create task. Now this first activity was added to the job. Let's add another one. Call it very simple, create silver. Again, it's a notebook, same parameters here, workspace, and in the path, I'm going to select another notebook, which I'm going to pretend this is the logic for creation of the silver layer. Create task to add it to the previous job. Now we have two tasks, and create silver is dependent on bronze. This means that create silver will only run after create bronze is finished. We also have here other parameters, so the creators run as, usually you have here service principal, and you can check other parameters by yourself. For this one, I think we are fine. We can right now go here to these 3 points and click edit as YAML. And this will generate exactly the structure of the YAML that we need for jobs. So as you can see here under jobs, we have here the name of it, and we have then the tasks. We have the two tasks, create bronze and create silver. And everyone is triggered the specific notebook that I have added before. What I want to do now is copy this YAML structure and going back to our Visual Studio environment, I'm going to create here a new file under resources. Let's call it lakehouse creation dot or underscore job dot YAML. And this will be the definition for our job. Let's paste here the structure. And we have to do some changes here first. Let's give it a proper name. So this will be lakehouse creation. The first task is create bronze, which is fine. Trigger this notebook. The second one is create silver, is also fine. It depends on the create bronze. So we have dependency. But this is not complete. Let's say I want to add here a new task that is going to build my logic for the gold layer. And let's pretend that I have that logic for the gold layer in my local environment here. So I have that developed that gold layer logic here locally, and I want to push it in the job and then trigger it together with the other two tasks. And for example, I have here under source data project ETL 03 gold. I have here a file that is called create gold, and I want to add it here as a task and trigger inside of job together with the others. So how can I do that? Now, under task here, in this task element, I have to create a new task key. Let's copy this one and paste it here. You have to align here with the other task key. And we are going to call this create gold. Great. Now we have to change here the dependency, because we want create gold to be dependent on create silver, not on create bronze. So here task key is create silver for dependency. And we also have to give here the proper path. Now, because I have it here locally, this means that I have to point to this create gold.py. How can I do that? Well, you can go here and let's say .src .data project ETL, and then the folder is called 03 gold, and the file is create gold.py. All right, now we have created this new task. Let's save the job. And I still have it here locally in my local environment in Visual Studio Code and in my local repository. How can I push it to the Databricks repository and to check it afterwards in the job description there in the UI? For that, we first have to run a validate command. Always a good idea to validate. And I'm going to use this Databricks bundle command for validate. Databricks bundle validate. Okay, we have an error. It says notebook could not found. Okay, because it's searching in this resource folder instead of SRC. So SRC is not in under resources, as you can see here. For that, we have here to add a new dot, and this will point to the right folder. That's why it's a good idea to always validate it, because it will also check if that path really exists. So let's try it again. Databricks bundle validate. Now validation is okay. And we have now to trigger another command to synchronize the repository. And this command is called Databricks bundle deploy. This will create my Python artifacts, will upload the wheel, and with upload also the bundle files, which contains my resources and the notebooks. Okay, deployment is complete. Let's switch back to the UI. Let's go first to the workspace folder under bundle, data project, dev environment, and then you'll find here all the artifacts. If we go back to the files, you'll find here the local structure also. And under resources, now we have here this lakehouse creation job, which contains, of course, this YAML file. But I want to check it also into the jobs, because here it should create a new job definition, lakehouse creation, just like we named it before. And if we go inside, we should now find here 3 tasks: create bronze, create silver, and create gold. And this is how you can deploy a Databricks job from your local Visual Studio Code environment connected to your Databricks workspace. That was it for this video. Looking forward to see you in the next section. Until then, enjoy Databricks.